want to say something about the word "my" because a lot of Costa Ricanisms, or a lot of Pachuco, is what you call it in Spanish, has an origin in English, and it's actually a corruption of something in English. My Now, my also has some other sources. My also sounds like a Spanish word. I've People have said that they think it started from the word mahar. Because it is one of the conjugations of the word mahar, which means to pound. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Okay. But probably two things caused my to be really, really popular. And those two things are two words in English. One of them comes from North American English, and the other comes from British English. The North American word that my sounds very similar to is the word man, as
Man.
in, hey man,
Hey, man. Yeah.
just
Mm,
like, hey dude, right?
okay.
Yeah.
Hey dude, hey man,
Hey, man.
man, how's it going, man? Okay.
Yeah.
That's thought to be one origin. And the other origin comes from British English, and it's the word mate. Do you know the British word mate?
No.
No, I didn't.
Okay, this is very, very common. You'll also hear this from Australians and others. Mate means compañero,
Mm,
and for example, they use it a lot in Australia, but they also use it in the United Kingdom, and it's often occurs at the end of a sentence, like "How are you, mate?" Okay,
okay.
and
Okay.
as you listen to it, mate without the T, it's very much like my. Okay, so the theory is that Costa Ricans, especially on the beaches of Costa Rica, we're hearing North American tourists and especially surfers saying, man, hey, man, and
Yeah.
hey, man, to get somebody's attention, right? Okay.
Mhm.
And that you'd have British and Australians, and they were saying, mate, hey, mate, come over here. And mate can be used at the end of a sentence. It can even be used at the beginning of a sentence. So, and both man and mate, they function very much like my.
Mm,
Okay. Now, mate, you know mate because we combine it with other words in English: classmate,
mm,
roommate,
Roommate.
mhm.
uh-huh,
Roommate.
teammate. Okay. It's actually very, very heavily used. North Americans don't usually use mate by itself very much,
Yep.
Okay.
but we
But
use it in other words. Yep.
there is an important thing here about uh
Hmm.
my it was I mean that word was not the main word that we use at the beginning. For example, the beginning or the origin of that word was mahe,
Yeah,
and then
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
means to pound. Boom, boom, boom.
yeah, but yeah, sure. I am not sure about that origin that you are uh, saying, because I
Hmm.
heard before that the origin of that word is that the folk people or
Hmm.
our grandpas
Yeah.
began to use that word in the farms or something like that, and
Yes.
they that word in another way, like to say something like uh, not stupid. Is I mean that expression, the original what that expression was something like es, no stupid, no, I lost the
Well,
word.
the story I heard is that the word was originally used by to refer to people who make shoes. Have you heard that?
Mm, no.
Because
No, no, no.
when you make a shoe, you have to mahar, pound. They put the little tiny nails into the bottom of the shoe, and you're pounding all day long when you make shoes. You never heard that
Oh,
before?
no, I've never heard that.
No.
Mm.
I think Alejandro refers to when I said in Costa Rica, esa persona es media magen, not very smart,
Right,
Exactly.
not so
Like full.
not, not so intelligent. Media
right,
magen.
right, right. Yeah. So, but if you're making shoes all day and you're just doing this, pound, that's not very intelligent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Okay. And so my point was, yeah, I agree. That's probably how it started. I think it started in the Central Valley as from Mahe, but then when when tourists started coming to the country, starting in the 1970s, uh, the tourists were on the beach, especially the surfers. The surfers were on the beach, and they were always using these words. The Americans were using the word "man." Hey, man, come over here, man. That's real cool, man. Okay. You also hear that one sometimes from Jamaicans too. Um, and then the British and the Australians tourists were coming here, and they were using mate, which sounds very similar. And they use it at the end and the beginning of the sentence. And the Costa Ricans on the beach interpreted that as my, because that's what it sounded like to them. And so the tourists on the beaches helped to popularize the expression. They gave it new life.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
that
In Canada, what words do you use, John? Like
Yeah.
a mahe, mae.
Well, we will sometimes refer to someone as man. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say that in Canada. Yep. Uh huh. But we
John,
don't use
you know,
we don't use